In today's world, cameras and video recordings have become an integral part of our daily lives. However, sometimes they capture moments that make us marvel and even laugh. This is especially true with animals, whose behavior often amazes us with its unpredictability and originality. These moments, caught on camera, become real sensations online, as no one expects to witness such amusing or surprising situations. In this video, we've gathered the most vivid and unexpected clips featuring animals that were impossible to predict. A water safari. Just look at how smart this dog is. After a walk, it knows exactly where to hang its leash, how to turn on the water, and even wash its front and back paws. Here's what the universal language of mothers looks like. The puppy instantly calmed down. What great parenting! It seems rare for a rider to dare to take their horse down such a steep hill, but this one managed it quite easily and effortlessly. A crocodile peacefully eating a fish definitely didn't expect such a lightning-fast attack from a jaguar. The hunter became the hunted. This moment is incredibly sweet, a wild California sea otter floating with her baby on her belly. The little one is warm and fully protected from both the water and predators. A man on a fishing boat decided to feed an eagle with a piece of fish. He carefully extended his hand with the food, only to face a sudden side attack. A second eagle turned out to be more cunning. Something unusual is happening here. It seems this dog and pig are best friends. Watching this raccoon delight in the snow and try to catch snowflakes with its paws is absolutely hilarious. A blogger decided to show his cat during a live stream, but at some point, she got her back paw stuck on his belt and chaos ensued. The cat's fine, but the man ended up with a few scars from her teeth. Take a look at this clever mouse. It clearly knew there was a mouse trap in front of it, but it managed to remove the piece of cheese without much trouble. The dog put on quite a show by refusing to get out of a fountain. Her owner only managed to pull her out on the second attempt. It seems San Francisco has the most unique residents. This man has two pets, a dog and a duck, and he visits a local fountain daily so his duckling can have a swim. I don't know what was wrong with these lions or why they all decided to climb a tree, but the funniest lioness clearly wanted to save all 9 of her lives as she desperately clung to the tree before awkwardly and embarrassingly falling to the ground. Horses are incredibly intelligent animals, and if they want to free themselves from a tether, it only takes them a few seconds. Just when he dried off, laid down to relax, and fell asleep, a big wave came and ruined the moment for this seal. It's unclear what happened to this antelope's horn, but it looks really funny. If you catch this chicken, it screams exactly like a woman. A brave man climbed into a narrow gorge after hearing a goat crying for help. Rescuing the stuck animal wasn't easy, but after some effort, he succeeded. The goat was alive and well. A man in a car decided to film a fly that was hovering completely still in midair. A wooden fence is definitely no match for an angry mother bear with her cubs. Check out this ray's camouflage in the sand. In just a second, it completely vanished with only 2 tiny dots, its eyes, giving it away. A silly duck decided to peck at a cat, but the cat didn't let it slide and unleashed a flurry of paw strikes on the duck. A concussion for the duck seems guaranteed. This man saved a drowning deer in the San Antonio River, Texas. It's unclear what happened to the deer, but in the shallow water, it seemed completely disoriented. An Australian fisherman was peacefully fishing from a pier when a crazy kangaroo suddenly approached him from behind. The kangaroo simply jumped into the water and swam away.
That's not a good idea, buddy.
People certainly didn't expect that the back door of their house could be opened even by a turtle. Without much effort, it easily made its way into the room. This old viral video shows a man teaching his beloved koi fish to eat directly from a spoon. I'm not sure what kind of magical potion was in that jar, but there was no stopping the cat. This rooster clearly wants to fight, but the clever little dog has a great move. He simply pins the rooster down with his paws, leaving it no chance to attack. In Costa Rica, tourists managed to film a monkey family. Nearby, a snake was sitting on a branch. Naturally, a curious monkey couldn't resist approaching to see what kind of creature it was. It's evident that the snake managed to bite the monkey, and we hope the bite wasn't venomous. This dog just couldn't accept being left downstairs by its owner, so it had to quickly learn how to climb the stairs, and the dog succeeded. An enraged elephant attacked a man in Kodagu. Fortunately, the man managed to climb a staircase in time, leaving the elephant unsuccessful in its attempt. Next up, a funny moment with a pig. Yes, this is how you could drink water forever. Just look at this. It's a dance so good even most humans couldn't pull it off. People couldn't stop laughing after capturing a mouse with an incredibly fat backside. It clearly doesn't have any trouble finding food. Fearful goats have a very amusing feature, or perhaps a defense tactic, I'm not sure, but at the slightest sign of danger, they seem to get paralyzed. It looks incredibly funny. Check out the icy stare of this mother cat. She's keeping a close eye on the dog, and even the slightest wrong move will be punished. In Sweden, scaring animals is forbidden, and what's the point anyway when there are so many deer? You just have to stand and wait, but I've never seen such a massive herd of deer before. How these sheep ended up on the roof of this building is a mystery, but the man clearly looks completely baffled and will probably spend a long time figuring out how to get them down. A man even took out his phone to start filming when his dogs brought a stray cat home. Through their behavior, they were clearly asking him to feed and keep the cat. This nighttime footage shows a Pyrenean guard dog fending off a cougar after it attacked one of the domestic alpacas. The cougar got scared, jumped over the fence, and ran away. The alpaca survived. I really enjoyed how this little dog keeps its balance and runs with a ball. It could definitely perform in a circus. A mother zebra ran in circles around her baby, who was being attacked by a cheetah, unsure of what to do. In the end, she couldn't hold back and bit the predatory cat. The cheetah got scared and ran away, saving the baby. Tourists captured an incredibly cool escape by a warthog that was almost caught in the clutches of death. Somehow, it managed to survive. This incident was caught on camera in China. A farmer went out to his yard and spotted a tiger in the distance. He was sure the gate would protect him, but he was really risking his life. The enraged tiger attacked and nearly knocked the gate down completely. The man barely escaped with his life. A driver accidentally witnessed an incredible wolf chase after a deer. I doubt the deer stood a chance against such a pack. I think, just like me, you can only see a tree in this picture, but if you bring an insect near it, a gecko appears. It's a true master of camouflage. In this funny moment, a clever raccoon helps its owner wash a dog, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job. A tiny lizard is trying to save its friend who's about to fall from a red Christmas ornament. Whether this rescue mission was successful remains a mystery. It's not about size, it's about character. This dachshund with a long stick definitely feels like a giant shepherd dog. Small doesn't always mean weak and helpless. This fawn attacked a deer twice its size and quickly chased it off its lawn. Dogs and stares are a story of their own. Some of them descend in such a hilarious way that you really have to see it.
Come on, Tuck.
This cat returned home from a hunt with a big prize, but where it managed to steal a tiger from remains a mystery to the owner. A woman decided to feed her pet skink some honey, but the one perched higher up couldn't quite reach the treat. Realizing he was going to miss out, he simply dove face first into the honey. A little more and this silly calf could have drowned in the water though. Luckily, it was spotted in time. Here's a short moment of foxes hunting on cliffs. They didn't expect goats to hide on such steep slopes, and all their attempts to catch even one ended in failure. I think robots will soon replace all the fish in China's aquariums. There are already realistic robotic sharks swimming there, indistinguishable from the real thing from afar. I've never seen anything like this before. A wild deer came to some kids and started playing ball with them. I think it's time for them to add him to their team. A fisherman was shocked when a dolphin gave him a fish. Soon, the fisherman realized the dolphin was asking for help. Following the dolphin, he found a group of dolphins pointing him toward a trapped baby dolphin caught in nets. The man quickly freed and saved the baby. This nighttime footage shows a leopard setting up an ambush for a small antelope behind a fallen tree. During the attack, the leopard completely missed, and the antelope left nothing but dust behind. The reason for the failure soon became clear. The leopard had an injured paw and couldn't attack as swiftly as before. On safari, tourists captured unusual behavior from a rhinoceros that decided to assert itself and succeeded. A herd of elephants decided not to mess with the unruly rhino and scattered. The tourists also had to leave quickly. Releasing bears into the wild isn't always as safe as it seems. One worker had to flee in the bed of a pickup truck when the bear turned out to be truly aggressive. This little one is great at catching pigeons. His mom was clearly shocked, as was the pigeon. Opening champagne while on horseback turned out to be a terrible idea. The startled horses quickly threw off their riders, but fortunately, no one was injured. A lone jackal approached a family of warthogs and tried to snatch the baby whenever it had a chance, but the adult parents were on guard, stopping every attempt to get closer. In the end, the jackal's hunt was unsuccessful. In New York, catching a street pigeon is even easier. They barely tried to escape. Have you ever seen how deer sleep in the tundra during winter? In heavy snowfall and strong winds, they can get buried so deeply that only their antlers remain visible. It's incredible. At the zoo, a silly zebra kept getting under a giraffe's feet. Perhaps she wanted to play, but it was clear the big animal wasn't amused. The giraffe quickly resolved the situation by delivering a powerful headbutt using its neck like a bowstring. The disgruntled zebra hung her head and walked away. This giraffe decided to check out what tasty treat these two zebras were eating. When he approached, one zebra immediately stepped aside, while the other started kicking and trying to defend the food from the giant. But these attempts looked very funny and ridiculous. This adorable sheepdog just decided to take a nap. In China, workers were marking trees for cutting and never expected to be attacked by a large wild boar. The boar was clearly unhappy about the deforestation, but eventually calmed down and left. Right outside his home, a Canadian man captured footage of a lynx hunting a squirrel. The big wild cat managed to catch and bite the squirrel several times, but the squirrel kept escaping. The chase continued around the corner of the house, and there we see that the lynx's hunt was ultimately successful. In rural areas, having a guard dog is essential to warn people and scare off predators. A bear wandered onto someone's property, but when the dog started barking, it got so scared that it quickly jumped over a plastic fence and ran away. Just look at how cunning this snake is. It plays dead when in danger, flipping onto its back with its belly up. However, I doubt this tactic would work against real predators. Here's a very funny and unusual case captured by a surveillance camera in Thailand. A group of people were sitting on the floor working on something. Suddenly, a house cat casually approached them from behind, carrying a snake in its mouth. The silly cat brought the snake right to the people, causing absolute panic. You've probably seen how funny shrews move. They travel in a line with the entire family holding on to one another, ensuring no one gets lost. But in this case, something went wrong with their coordinated movement. They ended up circling a rock, forming a loop, and will likely keep going like that for quite a while. This cat spent a long time eyeing the ceiling fan, but its owner refused to believe it would actually try anything. Another cat found the perfect playground. It scratched up a suspended ceiling and seems to have made itself very cozy up there. Here's what a crocodile fish looks like. On the seabed, it blends in so perfectly with the reefs that it's nearly impossible to spot. So confident in its camouflage, it doesn't even think about swimming away. Here's a funny moment. Monkeys somewhere stole a can of orange soda. A large monkey immediately tore it open and drank the contents. Then it was the smaller monkey's turn, and one of them started licking up the leftovers. While playing in the trees, it accidentally got the can stuck on its head and couldn't get it off. The monkey ran around for several minutes like this. It looked hilarious. Thankfully, curious peers helped to remove the can, and the unlucky monkey immediately ran to complain to its mom. This is just an incredible moment. An owl was flying peacefully with prey in its talons when, out of nowhere, a hawk appeared and attacked it after spotting the food. The mouse immediately fell from the owl's grasp, and the hawk, without taking its eyes off the prey, caught it midair and flew away. A perfect heist. A poor cow got stuck in a drainage system with only her head visible above ground. Farmers acted quickly using a tractor and rope to pull out the frightened animal. The cow was rescued and is doing fine. A Canadian forestry worker managed to track down a massive moose and decided to film it with a drone. The man didn't realize how lucky he was. The moose shook its body to remove snow, and along with the snow, it shed both of its antlers simultaneously. The worker followed the animal's tracks and found the antlers about 200 meters away from the filming spot. What a fortunate find! A pike would have never guessed that someone could come up with such an idea, but as you can see, a golden fish won't survive long in a wild lake. Have you seen how clueless pigeons disappear at factories into grain crushers? Hungry birds are sucked in like quicksand. Imagine the quality of the resulting flour. A large herd of wild boars was caught on camera. The biggest male, as a disciplinary move, tossed a young boar into the air. The little boar flew several meters, landed, got up, and went right back to eating as if nothing had happened. A man briefly parked his car under a lamppost. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a favorite perch for seagulls. When he returned, he found his vehicle completely covered in bird droppings. It looks absolutely hilarious, but many people believe this is a sign of good fortune. If that's true, with a car in that condition, the man might just win the lottery jackpot. After Hurricane Milton, a resident of Tampa discovered a 5-foot-long alligator in her garage. She had to call rescuers to remove it. Now for an incredible scene with a pack of well-trained hunting dogs. The dogs were led into a yard where delicious food was laid out, but a female trainer didn't let any of them touch the meat. The dogs lined up, barking and drooling, but none dared to approach the food. It was an amazing display of discipline. Then the long-awaited command came, and there was plenty for everyone. This incredible moment was captured by forestry staff. A leopard leapt over a fence, attacked a moving car, ripped off a piece of it, and ran down the street. The rampaging leopard was soon captured. I don't know what kind of brave bird this is, but it doesn't hesitate to take nuts straight from this man's hand. A deer that suddenly emerged from the jungle immediately disliked the fattest man around and started hilariously attacking him. The man's frantic attempts to escape were nothing short of amusing. These hundreds of royal wild vultures are waiting to be fed. It's unclear why they're being fed or why they don't hunt for themselves. Maybe it's a period of scarcity. Feeding them took an entire truckload of meat, which the vultures devoured in minutes. It was a spectacular sight. The vultures seemed almost tame, showing no fear of humans and even allowing themselves to be handled. In Brazil, an incredible ant bridge was captured on video. During a flood, the ants needed to save their larvae on a tree, so they constructed a bridge out of their own bodies. The bridge extended over the water and then gently climbed up the tree, a stunning feat of natural architecture. This lioness got stuck in the middle of a river on a hippopotamus carcass. Very quickly, she was surrounded by 40 crocodiles, putting her life in serious danger. The lioness knew she had to escape, but jumping into the water with the crocodiles was terrifying. Eventually, she fell into the water and swam swiftly to the shore. She was lucky the crocodiles were too preoccupied with the hippo to go after her. She escaped unharmed. In another dramatic river crossing, a young male lion tried to cross the Sabi River. Halfway through, he was attacked by a large crocodile. As they both went underwater, the lion miraculously managed to avoid the crocodile's jaws and survived. A cleaner told her boss she had caught a mouse in her bucket. He tried his best to help her get rid of the rodent, but it turned out the mouse was a computer mouse. The cat definitely didn't see that coming. During pike fishing, this happens quite often. Larger fish often attack smaller ones, especially when they're hooked and moving unnaturally. But the fisherman in this case really hesitated. Rather than trying to net both fish at once, he waited until the bigger pike let go on its own. A hawk attacked some chicks, but the mother hen rushed into the bushes to protect her babies. As you can see in the slow motion footage, the hawk flew away empty-handed. I've never seen such a crazy donkey before. It approached a massive alligator and decided to sniff it. Witnesses in Florida captured the moment. The silly donkey was incredibly lucky that the crocodile didn't attack, and in the end, it left the reptile alone. A man was about to cook himself some eggs, but was taken by surprise when one of them hatched into a tiny chick. Breakfast was ruined, and the remaining eggs were probably just as old, but on the bright side, he now has his very own baby chick. These golden retrievers accidentally drop their favorite ball into the pool and have no idea how to retrieve it. Their best plan is to sit and stare at it, hoping it magically resurfaces. Another dog ran around the pool for ages, but couldn't figure out how to get the ball out either. While walking in the forest, a man found a trap with a lynx caught in it. He decided to help and free the animal. The frightened lynx hesitated for a long time before leaving the cage, seemingly unable to believe it was free. Have you ever seen the nest of the world's smallest bird? A hummingbird's nest is as tiny as the bird itself. If you're lucky enough to find one of these miniature homes, you'll see at most 2 eggs inside. Fun fact, small birds often build their nests near those of large predators. Any egg thief or chick snatcher will have to approach the nest under the watchful eyes of an eagle or falcon. A caring leopard mom decided to carry her cub down from a tree. He had clearly gotten carried away with his games, but mom is always in control.